Here's the pool with the Kreepy Krauly Legend cleaner, very similar to the Kreepy Krauly Platinum cleaner, which is another step up on the pressure side cleaner made by Pentair pool products. This is a very reliable cleaner for your pool. The great thing about the Legend pressure side cleaner is that it can clean your entire pool within 1 or 2 hours versus the suction side cleaners that take a lot longer to do the same amount of work. And the Legend works off of a 3/4 horsepower booster pump. So if you have one already installed in your pool from a previous pressure side cleaner, you can go ahead and use that booster pump to power the Legend cleaner. It basically operates with a drive shaft that propels the wheels and it moves it along with the high pressure from the booster pump. It has a great range of cleaning in the pool. And if you want to remove the cleaner from the pool, you just turn it counterclockwise and it comes right out of the wall fitting. And I really like the Legend color, the black here with the clear body here. Looks really good in your pool. And Pentair has a great reputation for making long-lasting cleaners. I have several of the suction side Kreepy Kraulies in my accounts that are well over 15 years old. And the Legend's made to last for years. You just replace parts here and there, and it's got a really long lifespan. It'll last a lot longer also if you run your pool the 2 hours or so that's necessary to clean the pool. The great thing about the Legend cleaner, it has this great debris bag, and the Platinum also has a debris bag similar to this, and you can open it up and take the debris out, and it's really a large bag for debris. Also has a rubber flap to keep debris from going back in the pool when it turns off. See, the opening on the bottom of the cleaner is just massive, so it'll pick up giant debris, and I've even had a rat be sucked up with a pressure side cleaner like this here, so it'll pick up just about anything in the pool. I'll go over some basic troubleshootings you're going to run into in this cleaner. And the most common problem you'll find is that the cleaner's not moving is this debris bag here in the quick disconnect. It just pulls right out after you get it off the wall. And usually it's clogged up with debris from the filter. If your filter has a leak, or if you clean or backwash it without taking it off the wall, debris can get in here and it'll stop the cleaner from working. Even a little bit of dirt will stop it or slow it down enough to where it's not working properly. Here's a debris screen from another account that has some debris in it, and this will actually stop the cleaner from working, so you want to make sure you clean that out. Check that to make sure it's not clogged first. Over time is that the wheels will likely wear out. They have plastic teeth in them, and there's a metal drive shaft. So if you find your cleaner not moving in your pool, first thing to do is to check your wheels and make sure they're not worn and the plastic is not worn here, otherwise it will not catch and will not propel the cleaner. A good way to check to see if the wheel itself is stripped is if it's not moving. If you were to grab the cleaner and actually spin the wheel with your hand, it may re-engage the drive shaft and start moving in the pool, and that's when you know that the wheel is actually stripped and you need to replace it to get it moving correctly in your pool. If your cleaner is 4 to 5 years old, then more than likely the bearings in the wheels are also wearing out. And there's a total of 8 bearings in the cleaner, 2 on each side of the wheel. Take those out and replace them. They're really easy to do. There's also a wear line on these particular tires. You can see there's a groove in the tire, and once it reaches this groove here, you want to replace the tires. That way the cleaner doesn't get damaged by rubbing on the plaster. And one more thing that could fail is the backup valve. Sometimes they'll fail and they'll just be shooting water out for more than 30 seconds, maybe continuously the whole time the cleaner is running. If that is the case, then the cleaner will not work. You want to make sure there's a float directly behind the backup valve at all times. And the backup valve engaging now, you'll see it. This is normally what happens when the backup valve engages. It'll shoot high pressure water out of it. If this thing is running continuously while your Kreepy Legend is in the pool, then you know the backup valve has failed. Sometimes it'll actually fail to where it's not shooting water at all. Most of the time you'll see it shooting water continuously, and the cleaner can't operate in that condition. So those are the 4 main things that will keep the cleaner from moving. The last thing, I guess, if your cleaner is getting old enough, the drive shaft itself, there's 2 bearings inside next to the drive shaft that need to be replaced also if the cleaner is not moving efficiently. And one more thing you might find in your cleaner, you may find it on the side like this at the bottom of the pool. Of course, the first thing to check is the debris bag to make sure it's not overly filled. That could also cause that to happen. But the other thing is this ballast float back here. It should slide off fairly easily. You want to check it shake it and see if there's any water in there. If that does have water, it'll cause the cleaner to turn on the side like this on the bottom and not work efficiently. Just simply replace it. If you notice water shooting on the deck or shooting at people around the pool, you can actually adjust the tail with this here. If you can't turn it with your hand, there's an Allen wrench you can stick in there and turn it to kind of close off the motion of it. It should be a gentle sweeping motion and not a violent motion shooting water everywhere. One thing you can also do is check the RPMs of the wheels. Okay, so again, mark it with a Sharpie and then count each time it goes around, and it should be between 28 and 32 revolutions from that mark. A quick disconnect, there's actually a relief valve. You can actually open it if you need to. Okay, if you notice your Legend hose getting tangled, there's a swivel and you want to make sure that these spin freely. Over time they'll go bad. You have to replace the swivels, otherwise the hose will get tangled up. And this keeps the hose free of getting tangled with the swivel here. Also want to make sure you have enough floats in the feed hose itself to keep the hose above water. So they should be evenly spaced. I also want to make sure that the feed hose itself is at the right length. If you watch the installation video that I did on this cleaner, you'll see the proper way to check your feed hose length. So the cleaner is actually propelled by this rear thruster, and it's set at the factory straight out, and you can adjust it up or down if you want to lower the wall climbing or adjust it to climb more or left and right, but I prefer leaving it just at the factory setting straight back. This is a great cleaner if you have a lot of debris on the bottom of your pool. If you're in an area where a lot of debris falls in, a pressure side cleaner is a great option and way to go versus a suction side cleaner, especially when you're getting your pool constructed. That way they can plumb the line for the booster pump and put the Kreepy Krauly Legend cleaner in your pool.